we hit one note and the crowd knows what song we're playing if they're at our show, and it's kind of all right. Let's go.
Okay, I'll take the first pick. This defining. I'm gonna have to say "Lonely Train" because it was our first single, first thing that the world ever heard from Black Stone Cherry. It was in a WWE video game, which got us discovered by a lot of people. And it's the song that we close with every single show we ever play. So I think that is probably, one of the most defining ones.
Oh man, so defining. I'm gonna have to say, even though we don't do it every show, it's the song that I think is probably one of the best written songs we have. I'm gonna go with "Peace Is Free." That song just, I don't know. And anytime we do it live, it's special.
I would say next, probably a song called "White Trash Millionaire," because every time we kick into that song live, it's a staple. It came off an album called "Between the Devil and Deep Blue Sea," which, again, first single. No, that was the opening song on that album, and I think a lot of people discovered us through that song, maybe. And like we can still get tagged. Somebody tagged us on Instagram yesterday of just a Trans Am and tagged Black Stone Cherry. And now, so people relate because there's talks about a Trans Am in the song. So there's a lot of things about that song that people will tag us in or relate themselves to. So it's always has to be in the set list as well. What's funny is about that song, the original version we wrote, we almost didn't record this song. The original version we wrote was a lot faster and just.
We were playing it a half step down in standard.
Yeah.
And then Howard Benson,
yeah,
Howard, who was producing the record, was like, but the song's a hit song, so make it sound more like Black Stone Cherry. And we were like, okay.
Yeah, he had to convince us.
Yeah, he had to convince us. So we ended up tuning it down to B and literally just did a variation of the riff we were already doing.
Slowed it way.
And we slowed it down, and it just kind of happened. But it was just like a super simple riff. It just sounded way cooler when we tuned it down to B. But we do it in C live, so it's be fine. So I'm gonna go with "Me and Mary Jane," and the reasoning behind that is we're kind of creatures of habit, and that song has been our go-to opener for our shows for several years now. And every time we open up with a different song, it just doesn't feel the same. And there's an energy when we open with Mary Jane that just, we hit one note and the crowd knows what song we're playing if they're at our show. And it's kind of, all right, let's go the minute that happens. So I'm going to go with Mary Jane. It's an opener. It's an every night opener. We got the opener and the closer. Number 5.
Number 5, and I would have to say, it has to be "Things My Father Said," because it's another ballad, because we got the heavy and the ballad, and we're trying to encompass everything that we do. "Things My Father Said," because we were at Sweden Rock the other day, big rock festival, and there was somebody with a "Things My Father Said" sign holding that up. And sometimes you just don't know when you write a song what it's gonna do. You know what I mean? You just know you love the song. That's why you put it out on the record. But this one, I think, has just transcended anything we ever thought of imagining. We have had people tell us that they've played it at funerals, special Father's Day gifts, or special things in somebody's life. Maybe not even about their father. They just relate the song to any loved one in their life, and they can take tidbits from the lyrics. And that song we get every time, especially we're over here, people want us to play it. And we've done different versions of it, and it's incredible because the audience will sing every single word, like every verse, every chorus, the bridge. It's not like they stand back on one part because maybe we just know this. It's verbatim every word, and so I think that is definitely has to be a career-defining song for us. Absolutely. 100% bigger than us. Yeah. And it will go on for years. After we're gone, somebody's going to hear that song and go, "Oh my gosh, what a special song," So it's one of those things you don't get all the time, and you don't know it while you're writing it. It just happens naturally.